Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jen Houston, owner of the Artsy Fartsy Gallery. I'm a full-time independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canmore, Alberta, Canada. Happy, what is it today? Tuesday, everyone. We are going to continue on working with the Pretty Pumpkins bundle. It's pretty neat. Just kind of goes with the season right now with the fall leaves and the pumpkins and the gourds and all of those fun kind of things. Kind of setting ourselves up for Thanksgiving almost. I know at least in Canada, our Thanksgiving's in October, so as opposed to say in the US where you guys still have a little bit of time to wait for your Thanksgiving. Hi Kathy, good to see you. So just like Kathy did, when you pop on, say hello. If I've never met you, I'm Jen. And you can tell me where you're from, just tell me something about you, just so I can click it in to remember. I'm horrible with names, so. And just like Kathy did, if you could share this video, I would really appreciate it. It helps my business. So, all right, yes, continuing on. So this is going to be another simple card layout that we can do to make a beautiful card that you're absolutely thrilled to give away to somebody to bless their day. So let me just switch this over here. This bundle is in the catalog, the mini catalog. Hi Norma Jean again. I've talked to Norma Jean 3 times today. And she's a lucky lady. She won the Mail It Out Monday challenge for number 14. She was the only one who chose 14. That was such a odd number. Did you have a reason for choosing that number, or you just picked it out of random? I don't know. So this is the bundle. This is the stamp set that comes with this bundle. Beautiful. Lots of nice sentiments, lots of pumpkins, lots of fill-in kind of ideas. And then it also comes with coordinating dies that cut these things out, as well as some other little fancy dies there, which we'll get to play around with more this week. So lots of fun things there. It is on page 48 of the mini catalog. If you aren't working with a demonstrator and you would like a catalog, make sure you contact me and let me know, and I'd love to send you one. I love this bundle. Just made some lovely cards yesterday with it. Just random. Hey, Norma Jean. Lucky you. All right, let's get rolling here. Let me show you the card we're going to make first. So sticking with kind of the, I'm sorry about the color. I don't know it's kind of a weird day outside or something. Sticking with kind of the grays, we're going to add in a little bit of crumb cake just to kind of soften this color a little bit. And we're going to do some coloring today. Might as well get out these blends, the Stampin' Blends, to give these things some color and some life. So there we go. Hi Mary Ellen, good to see you. So let's see. First off, let's work on that pumpkin, I think. So I've got myself a little piece of basic white, and then I've mounted up the stamp that comes from this set right here onto a D block, size D. And I've got myself some Memento ink. Memento ink works so well. Thanks for sharing. Memento ink works so well with the Stampin' Blends. So I recommend it. It gives it such a nice, crisp, clean image in my mind. All right, so I just want to make sure, yes, this is the paper that I use for this. I didn't cut myself a little notch out of my corner, so I'm a little confused. There we go. There's our little pumpkin image we can play around with. Now, the colors that I used on this original one were a lot of pumpkin pie, a little bit of papaya, pale papaya, and I used some, I believe, Daffodil Delight in here just to add a little bit of yellow kind of on the where the light would hit it, if you will. And then I used some old olive and a little bit of mossy meadow on the inside of the leaves just to kind of give it some depth, if you will. Uh-oh, are we? Hopefully we're okay. Then I used some soft suede And of course, I don't know if you've seen pumpkins, but they're not one color. They often have little bumps and bruises and different flecks of color. So of course we're going to do our little splattering on there, just to add some kind of, it makes it have a little bit of texture, I think. All right, so this one, I'm going to use the same pale papaya. Let me make sure we've got the light. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I hear my phone. Hopefully it's still recording. So far it looks okay. We'll just keep going then. Pale papaya. And I want to try Calypso Coral. I think that would be a nice kind of, a little bit of a pinky kind of tone to it. And we'll see what happens, right? We'll see how it goes. All right, so I'm going to get out the darkest Calypso Coral, and I'm just going to outline. I'm going to start with the biggest pumpkin at the back here. All right, so I'm going along here and just kind of outlining the little dots that Stampin' Up! Kind of gives us to use as a guide for where the shadows kind of might be. Does anybody grow pumpkins where you're at? I'm still on. Okay, good. Whew. Hi, Alicia. Does anyone grow pumpkins or know people that grow pumpkins? I know they have at the farmers markets here. We get to participate in that, but not really. I don't think I know anybody around here that grows them. All right, then I'm going to go over with the light Calypso Coral. Was that even Calypso Coral? No, yes it was. Okay, just double checking. And so of course when you're coloring these things, you want to go back over top of that dark color when you're coloring in with the light, just to kind of help it. It kind of makes it bleed a little bit, so they aren't so stark looking, I guess, like stark lines. Like this one's sort of starting to run out a little bit. That's okay. Oh. I don't think this end's going to help me out much. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of been well used to splatter. You grew them, Alicia. Cool. Going to head to Pumpkin Patch with the grandkids next week. Oh, that's great. That's great. Oh, dear. In Manitoba, we used to have a pumpkin patch, and when I taught grade 1, 2, we would go to the pumpkin patch for our little field trip, so it was lots of fun in the fall. So that's neat. Man, they have all sorts of colors of pumpkins and whatnot. Now, when you're coloring, feel free to leave some white. I know it feels kind of like you gotta color everything, but you don't really have to. All right, I'm gonna go in with the dark pale papaya, and let's see, let's add some more color in here. It's a little more yellow looking, so just adds a little more layer. Like I keep saying that word, but it just makes it look a little more three-dimensional, if you will. I kind of think it really does need that pumpkin pie. Just was hoping to, you know, let's try and stay away from it, but just because we gravitate towards that one automatically, I think, when it comes to pumpkins, and so I just kind of wanted to try out something different, but I kind of think it needs a little bit of that hit in there. All right, now I'm going to go in with the lightest pale papaya color, and just like how we have a little bit of a shadow in here, when you go over top of a color with another color, it kind of almost like wipes away the underneath color, if you will, if that makes sense. So it's kind of almost like that, the white. It's kind of like an eraser, but it's not. So I don't know if you can tell that it's kind of wipes some of it away. All right, let's just stick with pale papaya on this one and see how it goes. So let's go in with the dark. Oh, that's light. That's light pumpkin pie. Okay, hang on. They look so similar sometimes. What do we want here? Dark pale papaya. Can you give me some hearts if you've got this set? Hi, Peggy. And hi, Kathy. Good to see you guys. Yes, live for a change. I know. I was off for quite a while. Just could not. Oh my goodness. Daily life was a struggle for a while there. And it still is. Like just before I went on today, I had to lay down and had to tell Kevin, make sure you wake me up at 1:15 so I can, you know, make sure I'm here. Get all the things ready that need to get ready for a live, but yeah. All right, I'm gonna go in with the light Calypso Coral. Let's add a little bit of pink back into this pumpkin. Do you guys in the US have white pumpkins? Just curious. We have quite a few up here. Oh, bud. Up, down, up, down. Decisions, decisions. Hey, Bubba. I'm going to actually get in the white and just kind of smoosh this around a little. All right. I have a feeling we should, let's use our traditional pumpkin pie for this one. See how it goes. I just couldn't stay away. We had to use the pumpkin pie. Okay. Now let's go in with the light pumpkin pie. Yes, Peggy, I'm doing much better than I was. Really being forced to rest. It's hard for a person who likes to, not that I like to be busy, but a person that feels like their list is way too long. And so you never get the satisfaction of completing your list, I guess, and it's hard. But needed, so I have to do it. Okay. Apparently this one doesn't want to cooperate, so let's just leave him alone. Oh dear. Leave him alone. We'll add some more of that, a little bit of that red in there. Where's that dark? Well, we can do pumpkin pie, the light pumpkin pie. Just going to go back over top of that dark stuff that I just used. Just kind of help smooth it out. Bud, would you make up your mind? What up? You want to say hello? Come. Here's Bud. Let's see. You going to say hello? This is the little one who can't make up his mind if he wants to sit in the window or if he wants to sit on the floor. He's busy hiding a bone right now because he's got to keep it from his sister. It's amazing. He'll just come out of some room and you would have given him a bone, you know, like a week ago, and that's the bone you gave him like from a week ago, and he had hidden it. No, that's a lawnmower man. Shh. And there he is. Okay, stop. You've seen the lawnmower man. Anyways, it's a good thing they're cute. That's all I gotta say. Whoops, let me see. Get back to the screen now. There we go. Okay, back to our coloring. And then I'm just gonna, I kind of want to add a little yellow. Let's do yellow. So just like I did with the other one before, I'm just gonna kind of go over top of it quite a bit to kind of make the highlight. Let's add some yellow in here. Anyways, I just like playing around with color, I suppose. Just adding different colors. What have you? I don't know. Okay, remember this horrid end? What if we were to use it as kind of a little Maybe not. Bud Houston. Oh, my Lanta. Okay, go away. I think this needs a little bit of darker down here. That's all I'm going to say. Let's go in. Oh, boy, that's dark. And then we just got to smooth it out. That's all. So it really kind of makes coloring kind of fun because you can, you know, layer on so many fun colors and they spread out a little bit. Okay, enough. Let's move on to the leaves. So I've got myself some light old olive. Anybody else coloring along with me? I just like to sometimes sit and color in my coloring books with these markers. All right, I'm going to go over to this one as well. So I'm going in with the light one. I'm going to add a little bit of the dark old olive. I think that was dark old olive. Yes, it is. I was going to use Mossy Meadow, but I think, well, let's use some little bit of Mossy Meadow. Just going to come in with the watercolor, the paintbrush end. All right, and then I'm going to go over top of it again a little bit, just to smooth it all out with the light color. Now let's try some bronze this time. Last time I used the soft suede, but let's try bronze. Ooh, such a nice, rich brown color. Is that the spot? Oh my goodness, bud. You know, I think I'm going to use a little bit of the soft suede. However, decisions. To kind of add a little bit. We've added so much texture and fun coloring to the other areas of the pumpkin. I feel like we need to step it up with this one too. Just coming in with the white, just give it a little bit of highlighting. There. I think it's pretty cute. And guess what? No worries, Alicia. There's always the replay. That's kind of the fun of doing lives, and I put them over on my YouTube channel, so you can always check them out over there. Have a great day there. All right, let's get on to cutting this out. Let's see. No need to get out your scissors. We have a coordinating die, which is really pretty. Saves a lot of time with the clipping. So if you're not a fussy cutter, not to worry. So I've got my stamp and cut in emboss machine that's coming your way. Look out. You get a little seasick. If you do, turn away. So I've just put this on the plate, and then I'm sticking a plate over top, making a little sandwich. And here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Creaky cracky. Now, while I have this stamp and cut and emboss machine up here, I'm going to do something else for our card. But isn't that great? Cuts it out just perfectly. I love it. Okay, while I have this up here, I'm going to take off everything except for the bottom plate, which is actually number 1, it says. So we're going to leave number 1 on. And I've got a little layer of crumb cake. All the measurements are going to be on my blog a little bit later on today. But I'm actually going to use this timber embossing folder. I thought, oh, wood looks great with, it's kind of rustic and fall and cabin and all that kind of stuff. So with these larger 3D embossing folders, you just use plate number 1, you put your embossing folder down there, and then you use the specialty plate, it's called. So if you order up a Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine, it's going to be the plate number 4. If you don't have this, say you have an older machine that you're using, you can actually order this specialty plate separately. So that all these 3D dies will work. It just fits perfectly. Okay, that's enough with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. We'll put that away. And, oh, love the pattern. So cool. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there we go. Cool. They almost look like peacock feathers. A little bit. You could almost add some color in there and maybe make some blues and purples and turquoise kind of colors. All right, our next step is to start assembling because I have done the other stamping that needs to be done. We've done our little coloring with our pumpkins, and I've done the sentiment. The sentiment is, if friends were pumpkins, I'd pick you. And I really like that one. So on to black cardstock, I used Versamark ink, stamped it on there, and embossed with white embossing powder and heat it up with the heat tool. And then I fussy cut around this lettering just to make it kind of stand out like that. You could totally leave it as a strip, totally up to you. Okay, so let's start assembling here. So I've got my normal card base size, which is 8.5 by 5.5. Hi Barbara, good to see you. And I'm just going to fold that in half. Something I like to use to make a good crease is the bone folder. All right, so I'm just going to set that aside for a moment. And I think we're going to start decorating this layer up before we actually put it onto the card base. So I'm just going to show you the my original version, and I'm going to show you that I'm using another piece of designer series paper from the beautifully penned DSP designer series paper that's for free now during celebration. So if you're liking these color combos, you need to snag that before September 30th. All right, so there's that side, or we can use the white side. I think we're going to go with this side. And if I was glue, I'm going to use my liquid glue just because it's kind of bumpy, and I want to make sure that all of the glue sneaks into those little crevices there and stays put. All right, it gives you a little bit of wiggle room time too. All right, so there's that, and then I have a little layer of basic gray, which we're going to layer over top like so. I actually did this card for a challenge. So I like getting template challenges, and kind of makes you think outside the box. Use your supplies that you have on hand to create something, right? So it was lots of fun. All right, next I see we're going to put our little pumpkins, glue them down. So I'm just going to continue on with the liquid glue since I have it out. And I see I put it about kind of closer to the top of that little piece of basic gray. On my screen, the DSP looks like Misty Moonlight. I know, I don't know why the color is so bizarre. Yeah, it's basic gray and crumb cake. I wonder if it's feeding off of this color somehow. This would be Misty Moonlight. Yeah. All right, next we have a little piece of this black glitter paper. I really wanted to use this, and so I'm just going to do the Lisa Cardin cut. So I just clip one end like that, and I'm going to do it parallel on the other side. And like I said, all the measurements for all these little bits and bobs will be on my blog later. Whoopsie, later on today. All right, so if that still shows up when it's dry, what I can do is use an eraser and get rid of it that way. Or you can do, hey, I forgot to do some splatter. Can we still do it, do you think? Let's just do it. I forgot the splatter on the pumpkins. I have to do that. It's a must. We'll go very carefully. So I'm just going to hold my lid and push down on the marker. Oh yes, yes. Makes it look so much better. Such a simple little thing. Just gives it more bumps and gnarls and whatnot. Hi Jill, good to see you. All right, now we're going to put our sentiment on, and I'm going to use dimensionals. Now some parts I can use the this is one I can use for myself here. Some I can use the big dimensionals on, and some areas let's use the minis just to make sure they aren't poking through. Let's see. Starting a new one. Ooh. There's that. Whoops. Really fit. You can always trim them down to make them fit whatever size you need. And I think that's enough. I think that's good. So you just peel off the back. And, oh, you know what? I see I need to be putting my thread. I love how you see beyond what its original use of something. Peacock tail feathers. Who would have thought of that? The discuss, the colors, that would be great to add. Oh, Jen, very imaginative, creative mind. I love following and learning from you. It's so enjoyable and great to watch, learn, and hear your wonderful ideas. Oh, you're so sweet. Do you have the twine on the original card, right? You saw that. Yes, I do. So thankfully, thanks for yelling that out loud, Kathy. I must have heard you. You're so sweet, Peggy. Yes, this is how my brain thinks. And I don't know if I have a problem or, but honestly, I think about cards and Stampin' Up! Like all the time. Before I go to bed, I'm like thinking of card designs and colors and just workshops and business ideas, and it's the main thing that I think about. It's just such a pleasure for me. Now, I didn't do my own rule, which was whichever direction you pull the ribbon is kind of the direction it's going to stay. I kind of wanted the bow to be a little bit sideways. We can play with that. Okay, now it's pretty loose, and so what we can do to fix that is on the back, we're just gonna give it a little tug and put a little dimensional down. And on this side, we'll give it a little tug and give that a pull. And hopefully it's even. Yes! Perfect. And we can always play around with that. We can give it a glue dot if it's not going to cooperate. Every time you splatter, I hold my breath, thinking the tip will pop off. Yeah. Funny. Okay. Back to, oh, and now where did it go? Oh, great, my sentiment, oh, there it is. My sentiment was lost. Here we go. Well, I must say, if friends were pumpkins, I'd pick you all. So you guys are pretty cool. There we go with our sentiment, just popped up just a tad. Our little bow hits just perfectly. And then to make, we gotta add bling, right? So today I decided to get out the Silver and Clear Epoxy Essentials. And they actually have diamonds, they have circles, and they have little raindrop shapes. And I'm going to use the black Stampin' Blend. I love this for the Stampin' Blends that you know, color up your, all your rhinestones and fancy bling and make it whatever color you want. So I've got the dark black. I'm going to color up 3 of the circles. And let me get my take your pick tool to help me with this. Slide it off. And where did I put these? So here's 1. Here's 2. And here's 3. They're very subtle. You don't see them very much. They're just kind of, they're there, right? They're not super blingy or in your face, but they're just kind of fun. Okay, last step. We're going to add dimensionals, more dimensionals to this back here. And it'll be a popped up layer on our card base. I generally use about that many. Take off the backs. Could also be that timber kind of looks like puddles. Puddles or swirls of water. You can maybe do a beach theme just by using your blending brush and kind of going over top with some blue. All right, card base is the same color, crumb cake, so that's what this patterned area kind of makes it look a little bit different, right? All right, there is our color difference. I'm thinking I like the I like the pumpkin pie the best. Who knows? All right, let's do a card insert for this because I think it's important. All right, I'm getting out that same stamp, might as well. I'm going to use the Memento ink. And I'm not going to do the entire stamp. I'm just going to do part of it hanging off, like so. And while I've got this out, I'm going to do my envelope as well, just because, hello, it's got ants in its pants or something. Ink this up again, and let's stamp just partial again. Good, good. Now, if you don't want to color this entire thing again, let's do the splatter. All right, since I like the pumpkin pie the best, I'm going to use some pumpkin pie splatter. Let's get them both done at the same time. And let's do some, what is this? Calypso Coral. Oh, maybe not. Oh, a little bit. Comes out in bigger blobs than it should just be. Oh, sheesh. This one's going to be really blobby. All right, and a little bit of green. Just carefully. And a little brown. Let's use our bronze again just to, I don't often use bronze. And there we have it. So we don't have to color, we can just add color in this way. You could also add color by, you know, using a blending brush and just giving it a little bit. I still have orange on here from something, so let's just go with it. Just adding a little bit. So if you're not a kind of color person, that's okay. There are other ways to trick the eye into believing that it is colored just by doing a few little techniques. All right, let's add this insert to our card. And here we go. Voila, I've got hair everywhere, honest to Pete. This time it's my hair, not Bud's hair. All right, there are our two cards and our cute little matching envelope. So I'm curious, which color combo do you like the better? We'll say stripes or leaves. Okay, I'll see what you do to vote here. Stripes or leaves, which colors kind of card do you prefer? Let me try and see if I can change this color up a little. Just looks funny. Is that better? Not really. It's just a weird color today. So stripes or leaves? Stripes? Stripes. Leaves are saying, yeah. Stripes. See? See, I like this one better, but you guys are liking this one. So cool how different stripes for you too, hey? It's just weird, hey? So even though you make cards that maybe you're like, oh, I don't think I like the color combo or the, you know, how it's put together that much, Someone is going to love it. Hi, Minnie. Yeah, stripes, hey? Who knew? All right, well, that's cool. I'm excited that you like that. Very neat. All right, so thank you for hanging out with me today and doing our little coloring together and making this fun card. I think I should give away one of the cards that are here today if you have liked and shared this post. How about that? So I'll check back tomorrow. I'm going to be doing my cards in the morning because I have some appointments in the afternoon. So I will be on, I'm going to say 10, no, I better say 10. 10 tomorrow morning, so a little bit off with the Wednesdays, but yeah, 10 a.m. tomorrow. And then of course for the rest of the week we'll be back to the 1:30 time. Kevin's off for Thursday and Friday, so who knows what's going to happen there. But there's still more ideas to happen with this card. I think it's so much fun. So, or with this bundle, so make sure you check back. And if you want the card measurements and the supply list, I suppose, for these cards, it'll be on my blog, theartsyfartsgallery.com, a little bit later on today. Or if any of these products interest you that I use today and you're like, I need that in my life, I can help you get that into your hands. All right, so just contact me and I can help you out with that. All righty, everyone. Thanks for being my sunshine today, and thanks for all your kind words. You are so sweet. You're all so kind, and you know make me want to come back and back and back over and over and over. So thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.